Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Got another great 2024 rookie scouting report for you here on the channel, and I am excited to talk about one of my favorite rising running backs heading into the NFL draft, and that is Tennessee running back Jaylen Wright. He is a true junior, headed to the NFL, 5'11", 210 pounds. Cool things about these scouting reports is we're going to talk about his stats from this past season. We're going to go over a little scouting report. We're going to do a little draft capital analysis, maybe a player comp. But then at the end of this film, I'm going to link his highlight film, which I did a film breakdown on the YouTube channel here as well. So I'm going to link it at the end of this video so you can go back and scout Jaylen Wright for yourself. If you play Dynasty, you play Fantasy, you're looking for a YouTube channel out there that's got all sorts of rookie content as well as next year's rookies and the following rookies. Yeah, we're scouting them too on this channel. Hit that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate it. Yeah, Jaylen Wright, man, I'm going to come right out and say it. I think every time I watch the kid, he's rising more and more up my board. So right now I've got him as my running back 2 or 3 in this class. I think he's an exciting player. I think he's underrated. I mean, it is the middle of February right now. We got 2 more months until the NFL draft. But let's get right to the video, man. We're going to keep these short and sweet, get you in and out. And then, like I said, I'm going to link his scouting film where I break down the 4 or 5 traits we're going to talk about here shortly on a film so you can scout Jaylen Wright for yourself, man. But this kid is one of my favorite running backs in this class. All right, let's take a look at his 2023 stats. You can see here on the images below, he had 136 attempts, over 1,000 yards, 7.4 yards per attempt. Only had 4 touchdowns, 1 fumble. He's not been a fumbler his entire career. He's had really good ball security over 3 years. You can see his PFF grades here, 91, 91. His fumble grade 2 is a higher end than running backs, even though it's a 79 compared to other running backs in the class. And this year, he caught 22 balls out of the backfield. His first 2 seasons at Tennessee really wasn't involved in the passing game. But this year, he caught 22 balls for 141 yards and looks really comfortable doing it. When we get to the film here shortly, you're going to see that he caught a few balls out of the backfield. I'm not sure he's going to be a prolific, ball catcher, but certainly seems comfortable enough to get screens, and he's just been underutilized as that part of his game. So who knows what ability he truly has to be a receiving threat out of the backfield. A couple more stats here I just wanted to put up here from PFF. These are his rushing grades. You can see his zone grade, his gap grade, his elusive rating is fantastic, man. His yards after contact, I think one of his best traits. We're going to talk about that here very shortly, man. This dude, you got guys bouncing off his lower half constantly on his film. Just wanted to put these PFF grades on here for you to take a look at them as well. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of the show, man. Let's talk about his scouting report, all right? So he's got great contact balance and yards after contact. I mean, he really does. You're going to see that evident on this film here I'm going to post here very shortly. He's got acceleration and speed. I think he's one of the fastest running backs in the class, to be quite honest with you. There's 3 or 4 clips that you're going to see that this kid, man, there ain't no one catching him. And he's playing in the SEC, and he's playing against the best conference in, competition and conference in college football. And there's 3 or 4 films, not even on the one that I recorded, but even watching more film that I didn't include in that highlight film I'm going to, post here. The dude's got some freaking wheels out of the backfield. I mean, he can take it to the distance when he gets the ball. His vision and patience are a little inconsistent, but I still think he's got really good anticipation of where to go with the ball at the line of scrimmage. Presses the line well. He has the lateral ability to jump cut, get outside, win outside with his acceleration. There's a lot of his game where he seems to see the field pretty well, sees the cutback lanes, but love his patience. There's a lot of running backs in college, man. They just rush to the line of scrimmage, wondering where to go. And he lets his blockers set up. I mean, I've seen enough. Look, he's a 3-year player too, right? So, I mean, there's still time for him to develop. He's 21 years old. He's young. He's going to be one of the younger running backs as well. I love the fact that he's a 3-year player going to the NFL, man. I mean, that tells me he got an NFL grade that said, hey, the NFL likes your traits, dude. Come on. Don't stay for your senior year. Come play ball in the NFL. So, and then I think he's a capable pass catcher. I really, really do. He seems comfortable catching the ball. Like I said, he had 22 receptions this year. 2 years prior to that, he had 8 and 9. He just wasn't utilized, right? So I like it. I like it. Now, there's one thing about his scouting report in reading other reports out there or whatever. People are concerned about his size and him not having enough mass to really be a 3-down banger. And I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. I am not comparing him to Christian McCaffrey by any means, but Christian McCaffrey is 5'11", 205 pounds, and he's arguably RB1 of all Dynasty, right? If you got, Christian McCaffrey in your Dynasty roster, you most likely had a pretty good season. So I don't agree with a lot of the, the thought process out there that this guy can't handle a workload. I think the way the NFL is looking at NFL running backs now, they're chess pieces. You know, the days of like banging up the field and, you know, working in between the tackles, trying to, you know, drive guys through the line of scrimmage, I think are kind of fading. I think people are now going to use these running backs in space, be a little bit more creative with them. So I'm glad Jaylen Wright isn't a 225-pound running back who really doesn't have some elusive traits and stuff like that. I think he's the perfect size, well-rounded running back. All right, let's take a look at his draft capital right now. This is, you're going to see on the screen here, this is from mockdraftdatabase.com. 152. All right. So, I mean, he's looking like a day 3 pick. I expect this to rise. I really, really do. I think this guy is severely underrated. I think that he could possibly be one of the top 3 backs taken in this draft. That's how much I like this kid. His rookie draft, I think it's going to be a round 2, man. He gets that late day 2, early day 3 draft capital and finds himself in a great situation where he gets an opportunity to get his hands on the ball. I think this kid is going to be easily a 2nd round rookie pick. All right. Mark my words. All right. And his dynasty comp right now, from a player comp, I'm not really great with comps. I'm going to just come out here and say that, but I like Travis Etienne style. You know, Travis Etienne coming out of college, the one thing we liked about him was his breakaway speed. He had the elusivity. He caught the ball out of the backfield. They're arguably the same kind of similar size. If he could have a fantasy value of ETN, you got yourself a home run hitter, right? I mean, he is a starting running back in the NFL. I think Jaylen Wright, I don't know if he's going to be a starter in the NFL. It's really hard to predict that now, right? I mean, with running backs in the NFL, you just really can't. You just don't know. There's so many committees right now. Some guys, you know, get the ball in the rock for a little bit, you know what I mean, because of situations, and then guys can be faded off or whatever. But I think Jaylen Wright's going to get, you know, early day 3 draft capital, and I think he's going to be a good fantasy option for us. All right, going to keep these videos short and sweet, man. Go watch the film. I break it down for you with the traits that we just talked about. Thanks for watching.